Since then, Dvalishvili has defended his belt against the unbeaten Umar Nurmagomedov. In a fight that tested his heart and cardio, Dvalishvili lost the first 2 rounds but stormed back to win the next 3. That's the kind of grit and determination that defines a champion. O'Malley, meanwhile, has been out of action since UFC 306. He's promised a new approach, more discipline, more focus, and a renewed hunger for gold. But can he solve the puzzle that is Merab Dvalishvili? Now let's get into the nitty-gritty. What are each fighter's strengths, and what do they need to do to win? Dvalishvili's biggest weapon? His engine. He can push a pace that would make a marathon runner tired. His wrestling is elite, and he's not afraid to mix it up with strikes, clinches, and takedowns. He's got an underrated striking defense, using a high guard and slick movement to avoid big shots. If he can get O'Malley to the mat and keep him there, it's going to be a long night for Suga. O'Malley's path to victory is clear. Keep the fight standing and let those hands fly. He's got knockout power in both fists, creative kicks, and footwork that keeps opponents guessing. But in their first fight, he struggled with the pressure and the takedown threat. This time, he says he's worked on his wrestling and cardio. If he can avoid the takedown and land that big shot, he could shock the world. What are the experts saying? Who do they think will win? Most analysts are leaning toward Dvalishvili. 4 out of 5 experts picked him to retain his title, pointing to his relentless pace, grappling, and underrated striking defense. Only 1 expert picked O'Malley, believing that his improved training and focus could lead to an upset. The odds reflect this sentiment, with Dvalishvili favored to win. But as we know, anything can happen in the Octagon, and O'Malley is always 1 punch away from a highlight reel knockout. Tonight isn't just about the Bantamweight title, it's about legacy. A win would cement his place as one of the greatest Bantamweights ever. He's already on a historic win streak, and a second win over O'Malley would make it clear he's the man to beat at 135 pounds. A win would be one of the biggest comebacks in UFC history. After losing his title and taking time off to reinvent himself, reclaiming the belt would prove that he's more than just a flashy striker. He's a true champion. Before we wrap up, let's check out the rest of the UFC 316 card. This is a massive fight for the women's bantamweight division. Pena, the reigning champion, is on her second run as queen, with wins over Amanda Nunes and Raquel Pennington. Harrison, a 2-time Olympic gold medalist in judo, has looked unstoppable since joining the UFC. This is a clash of styles and a true test for both women. It's a stacked card from top to bottom. Don't miss a single fight. So who wins tonight? Let's break it down one last time. If Dvalishvili can impose his will early, pressure O'Malley, and keep him on the defensive, he can grind out another decision win or even find a late finish if O'Malley tires. O'Malley needs to keep the fight standing, use his footwork to avoid the takedown, and look for openings to land his power shots. If he can hurt Dvalishvili early, he could shock the world and reclaim the title. While O'Malley has made improvements, Dvalishvili's style is just so difficult to deal with. His cardio, pressure, and grappling are a nightmare for anyone, and unless O'Malley can land something big early, I think Dvalishvili dominates again and retains his title. But in MMA, anything can happen, and O'Malley always has that knockout power. That's it for our UFC 316 and main event preview. Who do you think wins tonight? Drop your pick in the comments below, and don't forget to like, subscribe, and hit the notification bell so you never miss a fight breakdown. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time for more UFC action. What's up, fight fans? If you're ready for the biggest bantamweight battle of the year, you've come to the right place. UFC 316 is here, and the main event is a rematch for the ages. Merab Dvalishvili versus Sean O'Malley. Round 2 for the gold. Will Dvalishvili's relentless pressure and grappling be too much for O'Malley again? Or can Suga Sean shock the world with a new and improved version of himself? Tonight, we're breaking down every angle, every punch, every takedown, and every possibility. Strap in. This is going to be wild. Let's meet the warriors stepping into the Octagon tonight. From the rugged mountains of Georgia to the bright lights of the UFC, Merab Dvalishvili is the definition of a workhorse. Picture this, a man who never stops moving, never stops attacking, and never stops believing. Training with the legendary Serra-Longo team, Dvalishvili has turned himself into a force of nature. His nickname, The Machine, says it all. Relentless cardio, suffocating wrestling, and a will to win that's off the charts. 12 straight wins, including a dominant victory over O'Malley at UFC 306, have put him on top of the mountain. But can he stay there? Now let's talk about Sean O'Malley, the man who brought style, flair, and knockout power back to the bantamweight division. With his rainbow hair, flashy kicks, in highlight reel knockouts, O'Malley became a superstar almost overnight. But after losing his belt to Dvalishvili, he disappeared from the spotlight, promising to return stronger, smarter, and more focused than ever. Training at MMA Lab, he's been working on his wrestling, his cardio, and his mental game. Will it be enough to reclaim the throne? How did we get here? Let's rewind to UFC 306, where these two first collided. It was a night O'Malley fans won't forget, but not for the reasons they wanted. Dvalishvili's pressure was overwhelming. He took O'Malley down, kept him there, and never let him breathe. O'Malley had a few bright moments, but the sheer volume and pace of Dvalishvili's attacks were too much. The result? A unanimous decision win for the machine and a new champion crown.